end this session. This is everything that comes with the Chasing Blue Synergy Yoga Stand-Up Paddleboard from Outdoor Master. This is the board here, but it's too big to inflate inside. It does come with this floor pump, so you can be ready to go right off the box. This is the fin for the bottom of the board. It has a patch kit inside this tub, so you can repair on the go if anything happens out in the water. And this is the 3-piece paddle unit, as well as some leashes, one for the board, one for the paddle. It has some action camera mounts so you can film your adventures right away, and even a waterproof case for your phone. And it all can be stored in this huge backpack with roller wheels so you can carry it to the water. Let's get it outside for a better look. Okay, I'm cruising out to the pond on my bicycle. Got the big backpack on with the yoga board in it to go test it out. Luckily, the pond is not too far away because this bag is pretty heavy, so I wouldn't want to go super far. But if you're just cruising down to the lake or putting a mile in here and there, probably not too bad. And here we are. Okay, just to prove that everything does fit in there, let's take it all out. Even had room for a tripod and some extras. But there's the pump, the paddle, and here is the big old board. And then we got the other extras in there as well. Plenty of room. And then to inflate this, you just unfold it. And on this side, we have the filler cap. And I think you want to have that button out and twist this on. Now I'm going to do a time lapse and time how long it takes to pump this up. Well, it only took about 1.5 minutes, but got my heart rate up real quick, got my arms pumping, so it's a good workout already. For some reason, the gauge was not reading. I'm not sure if I have something set up wrong or if it just doesn't work, but it feels pretty decent. I don't know exactly how these are supposed to feel, but we'll go with about that much air for now. This board does have 4 handles, one on the back, one on each side, and then one on the front, as well as this thing, which can hold some more stuff. It's pretty simple to attach the fin here. You just slide it in. It's a pretty tight fit, but there's also a locking mechanism here. Push on through and it clicks into place. It is a 3-piece paddle unit here. The bottom end clicks in, no adjustment there. But the top piece here slides in, and then you can line it up based on how tall you are and how long you want the paddle. And that clicks right into place, and there we go. So before I get started, quick story. I actually used to come out here and paddleboard before I knew what paddleboarding was. I would take my dad's windsurf board along with a canoe paddle and paddle my way around the pond. I actually really liked it when I was a kid until I got really bad sunburn, and that put a hold on that. But now this is my first actual real paddleboard, so we'll see if it's as fun as it used to be. Okay, here we go. It's actually a pretty nice level of water. Sometimes we get enough where you can cruise around the island, but last year in the spring there was hardly anything, so got to take what we can get. It's looking pretty decent right now, and I think I'm just gonna step right on up. This thing should be pretty stable, being a yoga board. Definitely, hopefully more stable than a windsurfing board was back in the day. Definitely seems that way. It's pretty easy to get your balance and paddle as needed. Got a little wind today, but not too bad. It's pretty pleasant actually. This is definitely a more comfortable paddle than the old canoe one was. It doesn't react as quickly though. When you need to turn, you got to look ahead and plan for it a little more. This thing is pretty long, 10'6", so I can't imagine it turning around on a dime, but that keeps it nice and stable so you can cruise pretty straight. Again, I haven't used a lot of these, but we have rented them a couple times, and Hannah really likes them, so figured it was a good chance to get on some, and hopefully she will enjoy it even more than I will. So Outdoor Master gave me a challenge to ride a bike on this, and after getting on it for a few minutes and feeling how stable it is, It's pretty stable for a person, but on a bike trying to balance, that is going to be quite the challenge. So I'll definitely have to start with an old bike that I don't care if it falls in the water. But man, I don't know if that's going to work. We'll see. I should probably try some yoga, right? How about the old downward dog? That seems pretty safe. Oh yeah, I do this one just about every day, but it's first time on the water, that's for sure. It does feel like maybe it could use a little bit more air. Going by feel, sometimes you don't get it right the first time, so I'll have to try a bit more for the next time. Here's another good yoga move. I think it's called the nap. I think I'll let Hannah take over for the real yoga moves.
First, I gotta put the paddle in these nice little handy bungee cord guys. So I'm gonna start with you inhaling in, arching the back up on the cat, exhaling down the cow. Just do one more. Inhale in, exhale down, and then to neutral spine. And press yourself up to down dog. And then I'm going to have you step that right foot forward. And then bring the hands to the inside of your foot and rotate. And then come back to the center. Hand on the other side of the foot. Step it back. Then inhale in to down dog. Exhale down the cobra. And inhale back up to down dog. Exhale, step that foot forward. Bring your hands to the inside of your foot. And rotate. And then back to the middle. To each hand on each side of the foot. Step that foot back. Back to down dog. Inhale in. And exhale. Down to cobra. And bring yourself back up to down dog. I'm gonna have you inhale in, exhale, and down to cobra. Get a little bit of upper body work in there. One more, and inhale in. Then exhale. Bring it down. And then we're getting to the weeds, so we got to take a mid break. This is number 2 if you want to make it a little bit harder for yourself. Try standing without the paddle. Woo. Good. Inhale in, rise your hands up towards the sky. Exhale. Woo, forward fold down. Little shaky. And you're going to step it back. Then inhale in. Then you're going to center that left leg, rising the right leg towards the sky. Exhale, pull the knee into your chest. Then bring it back to down dog. Inhale in, rise left leg towards the sky. Exhale, pull the knee into your chest. And then back to down dog. And then you're gonna inhale in, exhale, bring down the cobra. Then you can come all the way down. And then you can do a little bit of planking if you like. And then after a break with a plank, what I would have you do is bring your tush back into your heels in the child's pose, just for a little break on those shoulders. Then you'll exhale, rotate over to the left-hand side. Inhale, center, and then exhale over to the right-hand side. And back to center, and we're back into the weeds. But I do have a fun trick to show you guys. We're gonna do a headstand. You're gonna bring your head down. First modification is just rising your tush up towards the sky. Second modification, just one knee to the elbow. Third, to the other elbow. And then you can just sit there in tripod. If you really want to get tricky, you rise it up. Then you just let yourself just float. Just kind of have fun with it. might fall. But as you can see, this board is very sturdy.
Did the wind add any challenge for you?
Oh yeah, that was the quickest sessions of my life for yoga. Usually I try to go a little bit slower with the pose, hold the pose. So for future reference, with no wind, you can hold those poses a little bit longer. So Pat told me he was doing yoga, and I want to see his poses, but he's running away from me as of right now. Gonna show me those yoga poses?
What do you want to see? I got them all.
Warrior 3.
That's the hardest one I can do.
But I want to see it.
Yeah. Oh. I don't think that's happening. I don't really want to fall in right now. Need some practice.
Paddleboard yoga, Warrior 3.
How's that?
Count that. I'll count that for sure.
Held for half a second.
Okay, you really gotta find all 4 corners of that foot like you're stomping in the ground. Remember, keep a nice slight bend in that knee. Have a nice focus point.
But it goes forward and backwards, side to side, and left and right.
Woo! That one was good.
So good. Just like I was on the ground. I got one for you.
Oh, that's fancy.
I had it.
And you didn't want to get wet.
Okay, let me try that again. Ooh.
Ah, there you go.
Totally nailed it. All right, I think it's time to end this session. There we go. I wasn't even planning on doing anything. Now I'm all wet thanks to you. But it's actually pretty fun to try to hop around and balance on that board. Definitely harder than I thought, but also it gives you a spot where if you mess something up, you can kind of get back to it and not fall in every time. But I got some work to do if I want to do anything on one foot or on a bike. But yeah, pretty fun so far.
I win the yoga challenge.
Headstand versus 360. I don't know.
I didn't fall in. I'm dry.
Okay, you win. I did try more air in it this time and that made a big difference, so I guess I'll go by about that feel now for next time. Now I'm going to do a time lapse to see how long it takes to get it back in the bag. It took about 2.5 minutes to get it packed up and back in the bag, which I don't think is all that bad at all. When you add in the setup and the teardown, it's less than 5 minutes of work to get out on the water, so not as bad as I thought. I was expecting it to take a lot longer, so no complaints there. Now it's time to get back on my bike and head home.